Greetings, Internet, and welcome to Aaron Plays. And this is episode 5 of my playthrough of Battle Hymn Mission 1 Boomerang. And so far, we've taken out 3 Japanese, 2 incapacitated, 1 KIA, and we're back into operations. So, as I said in the previous episode, my intent, first of all, because this is a recon mission, I need to explore virtually every hex to get to that magical 8 victory points. So I'm going to continue the exploration of these palm trees with the Bravo team of my squad. And on we go. So I'm going to bring up Baldwin and maybe not have him standing up. Let's go back into a crouch. Okay. So we've been through that hex there. So we now let's move Gomez into B15. So we found 3 Japanese hiding up in the trees so far in these palm trees. B15. It says sighting 3. We've had sighting 3. So again, it seems like they had them sort of spread out in here depending on which actual hexes I went into. Well, we now go into A15. Dum, 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 dum. That says none. Okay. Hibbert goes back into a crouch. We know that hex is clear. I'm not sure if we've been in H16. Okay, let's go into H16 just in case. It's not H. That's B. B16. That's nuts. Okay, let's bring him back up. Let's bring Baldwin across and Dylan. Dylan, that's a previous guy. Davis. Okay, we'll all move them all into B14. B14. That still says sighting 3. We've had sighting 3 already. Okay, Gomez, A14. Same again. So all dependent where I came in, this guy would have been anywhere in this sort of general area. Okay, going up into A13. Oh, we're coming off the beaches. A13. Oh, maybe that wasn't such a clever idea, because that says sighting 9, 416. Oh dear. 416. Where's my paragraph book? There it is. 416. Okay. S9. Conduct. Activate. This is definite activation check. So, yeah, it's got the S9 already highlighted. It's an activation check. +2. Okay, so the activation number is 01. With a +2. A roll of 3. I can't remember, is that +2 added to the actual roll? Because if it is, that makes it 4. I'm assuming, I can't make an assumption. I can't remember which way it's done. Activation checks. Right, some activation checks include a modifier that's applied to the activation level. Okay, so current activation level is 01. Add +2 makes it 03. Therefore, I roll a 3. A positive modifier makes the activation check easier to conduct successfully. We have conducted it successfully. So, we were in paragraph 416. It's like, right. Success, see 436. I can never remember which way these modifiers work. 436. Activate Japanese 20 in hex A12. We are in A13, so he's activating in the boulders. Crouching. Commence rounds Japanese advantage. What was the point in rolling the good activation check? 416. Make sure I made a cock up. Success 436. Huh. Well, I wonder what failure would have been then. But anyway, 436. Activate Japanese 20 in hex A12. Crouching. Commence rounds. Japanese advantage. Japanese 20. Receives 2 turns this round. Well, this seems a little bit more, I wouldn't say like it, a bit more of a struggle. Okay, I'm just going to set that up. Okay, so this is Soldier T, who's got a name of, hold on, I've got it in my book here, Takayashi. Yeah, I know, sorry, Takayashi, there we go. All right, he's got an initiative of 3, so he's the best one that's come out so far. He's granted me a victory point, so it takes my total to 4, as shown here. He's on here. He's armed with a rifle, grenade, and a knife. He is, and a perception of 5. So this is the best soldier we've seen so far, and he's a soldier rather than a sniper. Okay, 436 also said Japanese advantage, and Japanese 20 receives 2 turns this round. So no matter what we roll, he's going to get 2 turns. So he's going to be up here. Okay, now it's over to the beginning of the round. Who can actually see there? Now that is an exceedingly good question. Gomez can, but these guys can't because of the palm trees. That is actually on level 3. These palm trees are blocking the line of sight. And obviously none of these guys down here can see. So anyway, this guy's not in a, let's delete that. He's not in a palm tree, he's in the boulders. So only Gomez gets to roll on his perception. And he's not the most perceptive of dudes. He isn't. He's got a perception of 2. And he rolls an 8. So he has been ambushed. Oh dear. So none of my guys are actually on the actual chart. They're all unaware. That ain't good. Right, well, let's start with Takayashi. Right, we need to, so there's no relevant event, it's turn 1. No point rolling an activation number for him because he's automatically going to get 2 turns. So the only thing we've got now to do is a Japanese action number. So, and he rolls a 6 for that. That's there. So in the first round, what does he do? Condition 1 still didn't tell me to upgrade the condition, did it? No, just making sure I haven't missed it. So still condition 1, and he rolled a 6. So that's telling me there's no instructions giving me something to do beforehand. That he does. Oh, wait a minute. Does he have self-preservation? Because he is adjacent to my guy. Do the Japanese have self-preservation? I'm sure I read it. I better double check. They do indeed. So as he's adjacent, we have to use the S on the card, and that changes the paragraph number to 839. 839. Okay. So what does this little wily Japanese man do? 839. If an active US soldier is in the hex, assault to kill. He's not in. If no active target in the hex, crouch and conduct best fire at closest target. So he's going to crouch. He's already crouching, so he will fire at Gomez. He's also crouching. Okay. So bringing up the weapon charts. There we go. This Japanese soldier is armed with a rifle. So we're looking on a bolt rifle. He's got a 5% chance of jamming. We've still got to determine that first. Let's say 5, it's actually 6%. Okay, 38, he doesn't jam. Shame. Okay, and he's adjacent. So that is a 6 to hit. Oh dear. And then, yeah, it's definitely a 6 to hit. Combat modifiers table. Fire combat. It says best fire, so it's an aim shot, so none of this applies. His weapon skill is 0, so none of that applies. Okay, so my guy is in a palm tree. and he's crouching. So he takes that 6 down to a 4. So it's a 4 for the Japanese soldier to hit. Can't see anything else. He rolls a 0. That's not good. That bear hit. Right. Okay. Effect. Effect is it's a bolt rifle. He rolls a 2. That's Gomez wounded. Ow! That's not good. That's definitely not good. Okay, and that's just his first action. And we don't have to worry about ammo expenditure for the Japanese. Darn it. Marker wounded. First guy wounded. Got a bit cocky there, didn't I? That makes him go prone, which at least is a bit better cover than previous one. Okay. So, Gomez, who wasn't even aware. He's aware now. Well, he doesn't move here, but he's ow! Something happened. Okay, so Takahashi now has his second activation, and we now roll a new activation number for him. This time he rolls a 0 again. Okay, he's still in a self-preservation because still got an American who's active adjacent to him. So that's now paragraph 818. 818. Okay. I heard a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is tedious, checking through the paragraphs." You know, none of us mentioned in comments of my games, but I've seen it on Board Game Geek. You know, it's so dated. I found it quite anticipatory of what is actually coming up. Right. It says, ignore the self-preservation reaction. No, that's 816. Check your glasses, simply. 818. Yeah, 818. Crouch. Then throw a grenade at closest target. Vindictive bastard. Fall prone after throw. If free stance change available, it will do because he's crouching at the moment. If no target is visible or closest target is in the same hex, crouch. Okay, so he's going to lob his one grenade at the wounded Gomez. That's just mean. Okay, all right. Well, how does grenades work? They're on here somewhere. There we go. All right, short range is 2, so it's definitely a short range throw. Have we got a grenade weapons? Don't tell me there isn't a nice little picky of a grenade. There isn't, is there? Ah, oh, shooter. Here we go. There we go. That's the grenade. Let's bring that across. All right. So he's throwing it at the prone Gomez, who won't be able to do anything about it. If it hits. So what did happen to that chart? Oh, I hate it keeps disappearing. Okay. Right, combat resolution table. Oh, come up. Okay, so we've got to check to see if it's a dud. 5% chance, 6% chance. Naught is 0, not 100. Okay, we roll 44. It ain't a dud. It's not a dud. Okay. So what happens now? He's got to see if that actually lands in the hex. Combat modifiers. We're looking at grenade. Right. If thrown through a non-adjacent, no. If throwing into a target hex that's not in sight, it is in sight. If throwing soldier is wounded, he isn't wounded. And throwing soldier weapon skill is 0. So there's no actual modifiers. So to throw the grenade, he needs a 5 or less for it to be accurate. He rolls a 7. Okay, it's not accurate, but that doesn't mean it doesn't just disappear. The grenade goes somewhere. Okay, so there is. Have I got a chance to see? Is there a. No. Modifiers, legends, no. Doesn't seem to be. I've got. Miscellaneous tables. No. Okay, I can't show that on the screen where the scatter diagram is. I have the scatter diagram. Is it in the back of the rules? It is indeed. So scatter diagram A or B? Right. Okay. Scatter diagrams are always faced away from the player with the top of the diagram facing the X1 hex row. Right. Let me find out what happens. Okay, so looking at the scatter diagram, the grenade, this is still the target hex. It could still scatter it if he'd been there and throwing to this hex, then it wouldn't land in the target hex. This would actually be, this number 1 would be here. Okay, and then that would be a 6 to 9, it would land there. 0, it lands there. On 1, it lands there. 2 to 3, it lands there. 4, it lands there. 5, it lands there. And 6 to 9, it lands there. But as that's the situation, those other numbers are still the same. But 6 to 9, it will still land in the target hex, even though it missed. And still go boom. I know, nice. So let's see where this goes. Goes. He rolls a 3. So 3, it's 2 to 3. The grenade, that number 1, lands there and go boom. So I better take a note. He only had 1 grenade, thankfully. So soldier 20, I'm going to put just across his grenade out lightly with a pencil stroke. Remind that he's actually used it. Okay, so that's his second action done. Let's delete all these. That was fortunate, because that would have, because there's nothing Gomez could have done about that. And that completes Mr. Takayashi's second activation. That completes the round. Round 2. I think we'll do round 2. See what happens. So first of all, we now go to check all American perceptions. So we'll start with Alan. Okay, and he's got a perception of 7, and he rolls a 3, so he's okay. Then we go with Baldwin, perception of 6. He rolls a 5, he's okay. Then we've got Clark, perception of 5. He rolls a 6, he doesn't see anything or know anything. Then we've got Davis with a perception of 3. He rolls a 1, he's okay. Then we've got Evan, perception of 4. He rolls a 7, so he's out of it. Flores, perception of 3. Rolls an 8, he's out of it. Okay. Gomez, perception of 2. You've just been wounded. Wake up. He rolls a 0, so Gomez knows that something's going on. Because it bloody hurts. Okay, and then Hibbert, perception of 1. He rolls a 5. He's out of yeah. As it's round 2, we do have a random event, and the random event number is 4 plus 3, 7. We're still in condition 1. Random event 7. Whoops. Yes, that's none. Okay, so no random event. Okay, activation number. So this is an initiative. Japanese 2, American 2. That means the Japanese has the initiative. Darn it. Right, and then those 2's fill out the charts. So, potential panic. Oh, no, that's in the wrong place to start. Japanese going to get 2 actions. Don't like that. He gets 2. 1 and 1. So no panic there. Potential panic there with Davis. And, all right, Alan and, yeah. So Alan should be okay because he is the squad leader and he's got dudes with him. Where is he? Yeah. So he's got initiative of 4. Clark gives 3, so that's 7, so they're fine. And Baldwin, who's over here, He's stacked with the other two guys. So was it Davis who had to check? Was it Baldwin? It wasn't Baldwin. Davis? It was Davis, but Davis stacked with Baldwin plus Hibbert. So they're all fine. Okay, so no one panics. That's a good start. All right. However, the Japanese soldier is going first because he has the initiative. And yeah, that's not nice. That's three activations in a row. I suppose that makes up for the three Japanese soldiers never got a single activation. Swings, roundabouts. Gomez is thinking the F word and roundabouts. Don't care. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to roll to see the Japanese activation number, and it is 7. Now he's still under the restrictions of self-preservation. He's still got Gomez next to him, so he's rolled a 7. That's that 8, 3, 9. We've had that before, and we know that means I think he's going to take it out. Oh, it's rob a grenade, wasn't it? He's out of grenades, but let's see. 839. Check paragraph 839. 839. Where is that? After 838, of course. If an active US soldier in the hex, no, he's not. If no active target is in the hex, crouch and conduct best fire at closest target. All right, so he's going to fire his rifle at Gomez. You know, just kick Gomez. Well, he can't see anyone else. So Gomez, we know that it's a hit number of adjacent. Adjacent X is 6. This guy's got a weapon skill of 0. And what does it? Weapon jam? Doesn't. That's a 77. I should have done that first. Okay. So he's firing, needing a 6, weapon skill 0. And we know we are now prone in the jungle. Sort of jungle, combat, fire combat, in the palm tree. Palm tree, prone is -3. So that's 6, drops to a 3, weapon skill 0. So it's a 3. He rolls a 6. He's missed. Ka-ching! Shot hits a palm tree and a coconut falls down. But that's all. Right. So that now drops to there. Okay, so we've got and B, Baldwin to go. I'm going to do Alan first. Now we know that he could make some of these guys aware, but I'm going to move forward with Alan. So we're going to stand up, or are we? We've been foolish because there could be another Japanese soldier sitting here. No, stay crouched, Alan. You hear shots and you're thinking Baldwin can deal with it. Can he? He's got the 2 worst soldiers in there, and one of them's already down. So Alan goes into G18. He hasn't even had an event counter come on yet. So that's G18. That's all his movement. Dramatic enough, isn't it? That's S4 103. We've had S4, so no change there. And that's all he does. Okay, Alan drops. Now we've got Baldwin. Okay, Baldwin's got to do something. Okay. He tells now the question is, can I see from here to there? The boulders block line of sight. That's a higher level, so the palm tree blocks line of sight. So the answer to the question is no. And do I really want to go into there? Because we know this guy's going to do something else. So, however, he could give an order to Gomez. Gomez only gets 1 action. We haven't. Gomez is here, hasn't it? Oh, because he's wounded, only gets 1 action. I can't artificially pump it any higher. Okay, so Baldwin, yeah, we just can't see him there. He's in such a good position there. Because if we come here, still can't see through there. That's tough. What to do? 'Cause the only place we can see him from is there or there. You sneaky bastard. How do we get to him? How much does it cost to go through? Because I think the only way we can get to him is to actually engage him. Hmm. Going through the boulder. Well, it's only one movement point. That is an embankment there, though. Embankment hex size +1. Okay. All right. So yeah. Um Baldwin gives an order for Dylan to move up. Dylan saying, thanks, boss. Do I really want to do that? Don't care. Do it. So he spends a movement point. Now, good question. Do I stand? I want to spend maybe 3 movement points. I want to get to about here. I am stupid. Tricky. I can throw a grenade. I can't. Well, he's still out of line of sight. It does mention throwing a grenade out of line of sight. If I get to here, maybe I can throw a grenade on him. I'm going to need to check that. That is distinctly possible. So we're going to put him into stand mode, which is free stance change, and then we're going to move into here. Okay, so we have to check that hex. So that is C12, C14. Which says sighting 9, 351. We've had sighting 9, so nothing extra there. And that's one movement point. He then moves into C13 for 2 more additional movement points, because 1 into the hex and 1 up for the embankment. So C13. That says none. Okay. So he spent 3. So I could move into here or even here, but I don't want to. So here, then I can see it all out into here. And I don't want that. I'm behind. Well, I suppose technically I could see a little bit down into the valley, but I'd rather stay behind this crest line here. So I'm going to go crouch. There we go. So he can lob a grenade maybe. It'll be next round, wouldn't it? Because he's only got, that's him. No, he had 2 turns. Okay. He had 1. He's got another. That was Baldwin only had 1 turn. Okay, so let's see then. It's the Japanese turn. Mr. T, he now rolls a new activation number, and he rolls a 6 again. Well, so 6 again, rolled 7 last time, 6. He's still got Gomez adjacent to him. So he will still being self-preservation. With a 6, that's that 839. Best flyer. You can shoot down to Gomez. Weapon jam. Not on an 86, it doesn't. Okay, weapon skill is still 0. And it's a adjacent. So let me just bring up the combat resolution. Oh, not that one. That one there. There we go. Adjacent hex 6. Bolt action. He's firing on a prone guy in the palm tree, which is -3. Yeah, so it takes it down to a 3. He rolls a 0. Oh, shit. So he's hit Gomez. Okay, the effect on Gomez is a 9. Boom! He's taken out Gomez. I'm sure it is. Bolt action. Yeah, that's an instant kill. Shit. Oh well. Marker. KIA. Wounded, incapacitated no longer. Don't need the prone marker. Wounded, incapacitated. Right, I just need to delete it. All right. Gomez is KIA. Ah, that was nice. All right, so Gomez is now inactive. He's gone. Okay. Soldier D. Davis, who's creeped up. He's now going to throw his grenade. Or throw a grenade at this guy. Okay, who actually has no actions left, so that's good. All right. Why does it keep bringing up? There we go. So grenade. First of all, got to roll for a dud. Okay, 44. That ain't a dud. All right, it's a grenade outside. It's a range of 2, so he needs a 5. Davis weapon skills +1, so that's 6. Okay, but he's firing through a no. If throwing into a target hit that's not in sight, it's not in sight. That's -3. Drops it to 3. He's not wounded, and we've already taken into account his weapon skill. So he needs a 3 or less to get this to land in the correct target. He rolls a 2. Well done, Davis. The grenade lands on target. Now, because the Japanese soldier has no actions left, can he still go prone? I know he can't pick up the grenade and lob it back out of the hex. If he still had an action, he could do that. But can he actually grab up the grenade? So when a grenade or satchel, every aware soldier in the hex can make a special PC check. If a soldier who successfully makes the check has any turns remaining in the round and is standing or crouched, he can immediately spend 1 turn to perform the action of tossing the grenade or satchel charge out of the explosive range where it explodes. An unwounded soldier who makes the check but who has no turns remaining can immediately fall prone. Ah, okay. So he's got to do a perception check. Now, his perception is 5 and he rolls a 0, so he is aware. Got no actions left, he can go prone, which is his best defense. So let's give him a prone marker. There we go. All right. So then the grenade goes off. So if he'd been unaware, or anything like that. So the grenade goes off. We bring up the charts again. Don't know why it does that. Okay, so grenade outside, and we're rolling on this table here. What's the next? Not sure what X means. Okay, we'll have to look that up. Okay, X is wounded unless the soldier is already prone, in which case he panics instead. Okay, so a grenade. High is good. 8. I can't find it on the chart here. 8. Grenade outside. Okay, incapacitated. Excellent. Phew. All right. Delete that. He's now incapacitated, so he's out of action. So he now goes inactive. I'll have to remove that. No active Japanese on the board, so that ends that round. In fact, that ends. We go back to operations. And I'm down a dude. I got a little bit complacent there, didn't I? Yeah, maybe don't go scouting with the worst guys. Perception failed him. Oh well, but that's 4 Japanese taken out. But I'm going to lose 2 victory points for the Mr. KIA. So I'm actually only on 2. So I'll keep the 4 up there, and tell you what, we could actually put as positives, and we can have a little hit marker on this side for negatives. There we go. Right. Well, that still means I need another 6 victory points. Anyway, let's end it there. Bring it back up to the top. Okay, that's a bit more what I was expecting. A little bit more intense there. Decent Japanese soldier. Fought well, a good grenade throw, landing in the hex and then incapacitating him. He managed to get prone, which was his best defense, but he still was taken out. Yeah, I'm putting his card away. So, yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's a lot more. What's the word I'm looking at? Not fiddlier. There doesn't seem to be a coordinated defense from the Japanese. Not like what I've seen with the Germans in ambush. Maybe that's because in the Germans you seem to have more than one activating, or if it is one, he's usually at quite a range. This is very close quarters, but I suppose that's the Pacific, wasn't it? It was close quarter stuff. So maybe that's what it's reflecting. I think I'm going to have to change my mindset a little bit. Yeah, sending maybe the worst guy forward is not the good idea. So, yeah. Anyway, if you can do the YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, and any comments much appreciated. Until next time, play games, have fun. Bye, Internet.